He's fast, strong, had a metal arm.
Sebastian, you are ruthless in this film.
Thank
Just
you.
scary, kind of awesome, bad guy scary. But, I mean, nothing's gonna get in your way. You're just gonna, I won't spoil too much, but what was it like, well, spoiler alert, what was it like bridging Bucky, the good guy, to the Winter Soldier?
It was, I just had to follow the comic books. I mean, I just had to try and, do what was in the script. I don't know, it wasn't very difficult, really. I mean, there were difficult things about it that I wasn't prepared for when I showed up on set, just kind of, there were a lot of things that got in my way. I mean, I think I was trying really hard half the time to make sure that it never looked like it did. But, I mean, there were just, the costume was really hard to move in sometimes.
Yeah, tell me about that arm doing
Yeah,
these
it was hard. I
sequences.
mean, it was, just different pieces, and it was difficult, but I just thought the character looked so cool that actually, there was a confidence from that really worked. And yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to make sure that when people saw the first movie and then the second movie, they could kind of eventually go, oh yeah, that is the same guy, even though they're really different versions of that guy.
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about the training, because I know, like you just said, that costume had to have been a little restrictive, but just the action scenes in this movie are awesome, mind-blowing. Fans are gonna go crazy. So just tell me a little bit about how you did all that stuff.
Well, we had basically choreography training every day for a few months. Yeah, it's just kind of like learning how to dance with somebody in a way. I mean, the whole thing is so planned out and has to be so specific, and there's not a whole lot of room for kind of making it your own. I mean, you are, because you want to sell it, make sure it looks very real, but you could really get hurt, which we did.
Any injuries?
Once in a while. Yeah, I mean, nothing, like too crazy, but we just like bruises and things you just pick up along the way. I mean, you're just trying to be as realistic as possible, and yeah, and then obviously just like the physical training that was like 6 months beforehand.
Do we have a 20 on the shooter?
Tell him I'm in pursuit.
So tell me a little bit about just being in the Marvel universe, because we see the films, but then people who are fans of the comics, there's so many different directions that things could go. Do you even really know before you see a script, like, what's gonna happen to my character? Where's this going?
No, I don't. There were certain things when I first read it, and obviously in the movie when they happen, which I'm not gonna be able to talk about, but when I read it, I was like, what's gonna happen with that? Like, is that really happening right now? So you never really know. There's always surprises, and I mean, that's another reason why Marvel's so good, is because actually if you go back and you watch the movie again, there's always like other little clues that they have in there.
What's gonna happen?
I mean, new characters could be introduced in movies, and they've been planted going back, and you wouldn't know it unless you really like zoned in. So
right, and that's why the internet's out there, so all the fans can speculate, and then we see what happens. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Good guy, bad guy, which one's more fun to play?
I mean, of course, bad guy. I mean,
That's what I would do too.
bad guy is definitely always more fun. But this one's different, though. I feel like it's a good guy doing bad things, you know?
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
least
Looking
in my
forward to
head.
see what bad things or good things he does next. We'll see.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Sit down and drink some champagne with me and let